So we left Cappadocia this morning and we are heading to Ankara, Turkey. Ankara is the capital of Turkey. But if you didn't see our two Cappadocia videos, subscribe to our channel and check them out. You don't want to miss them. Ankara is the vibrant heart and capital of Turkey, and join us on an exciting journey through this dynamic city where ancient history meets modern energy. So let's dive into the soul of Turkey's capital. Ankara is located in the central Anatolia region and has a population of about 5.7 million. We're just arriving to the city, but before we get started too much here, we gotta grab a bite to eat. So we stop at this mall, and there's a food court here, and there's all kind of American food. And I had to eat some McDonald's.
From here, we're heading to the Anatolian Civilizations Museum right now. The main road was busy. I was checking the traffic stop and goes there, so I checked the navigation. It looks better if we drive from this direction. So this first building is the National Library. Behind the National Library is the Convention Center for historical meetings, like the historians. This part is for the entrance and exit for the people working. The main entrance and exit for people that we are and official visitors is on the other side of the campus. The Turkish public doesn't prefer Ottoman era designs in buildings because it's the end of the royalty. So when they build the presidential structures, republic buildings, they prefer 13th century Selçuklu Turk. See that one? That White House is the residence of the president. He really lives there. He lives at the residence there. The top is Atatürk on a horse, a soldier. At the bottom, it's these Turkish soldiers and Turkish women. On the front bar, the Turkish soldiers, men. In the back, the Turkish women. Around the base, which is about the independence war, it is showing the Turkish women fighting and joining the war. Like there, you can see they are carrying ammunition, everything, to the war, to the battlefields. But it became a museum in 1921, which is interesting. 20, 21, 22, we were in the independence war. So these guys having a war on the Western Front, 21, during the war, they were establishing a museum in here. It is showing the vision of this leader. So Atatürk advised this museum to be established. He says that we need to have a proper museum in the city. This is going to be our future capital.
So as you can see, on our way to the museum, our tour guide gave us a lot of information about this wonderful capital city. So we finally made it to the Museum of Anatolian Civilizations in Ankara, Turkey. This museum is housed in a jaw-dropping 15th century Ottoman bazaar with its ancient stone walls and dome ceilings. This place is practically bursting with stories from the dawn of humanity. But it isn't just a museum, it's a time machine. So picture this, you're strolling through the historic district just below Ankara Castle, and you stumble into a world where cavemen, kings, and conquerors left their mark. This museum, crowned European Museum of the Year in 1997, is like an Indiana Jones dream come true. It's packed with artifacts from the Stone Age to the Ottoman era, telling the wild epic tales of Anatolia, Turkey's ancient heartland. First stop when we entered this museum was the Neolithic era. We're talking 7,500 BC, people. Then boom, we're in the Bronze Age, surrounded by Hittite bling. Okay, let me be real honest with you here. We visited a lot of museums when we were in Turkey, and I thoroughly enjoyed walking through all of these and seeing all the artifacts and reading about the interesting history. But I'm not sure how well these museums resonate on YouTube. So if you like the museums or if you don't like the museums, leave a comment below and let me know what you think. Should we include more museums in our future travels, or should we just leave them out and focus on other things? All right, let's be real quiet. Erica is walking over to take a look at this big cat. I don't think she wants to spook it. Usually she doesn't care very much for cats. I was pretty impressed with these big stone blocks that had carvings on them. I just kept wondering how long it took for someone to make these stone blocks. And this one's pretty cool. And so is this one. But that one over there, it might just be my favorite. This is the Roman area, right? I was pretty impressed with this statue's feet. And I'm not even sure what this animal is, but if you know, leave a comment below and that'll help me out. And here's a closer look if that helps you figure it out any. Erica didn't seem to be impressed with the size of this statue. But these statues were even smaller. You might even call them figurines. And these appeared to be missing some parts. Alright, treasure hunters, let's dive into one of the shiniest secrets of the museum, the coin collection. And these aren't just pocket change, they're tiny time capsules that tell epic stories of ancient empires. So we're about to wrap up our epic adventure through the Museum of Anatolian Civilization. This treasure-packed museum, nestled by Ankara Castle, is a must for anyone craving a deep dive into Turkey's ancient soul. So grab your curiosity, hit up this gem, and let's keep exploring Ankara's vibrant history. And here's proof. It was the Museum of the Year in 1997. Outside, the courtyard is a playground of ancient carvings and statues, like an open-air gallery of history's greatest hits. And they also had these cool displays of billy goats. Alright, we're leaving the museum now and heading to our next destination, but in the distance, as we look back, you can see the museum up on the hill. Alright, history buffs, let's wrap up our Ankara adventure by zooming in on one of the most iconic places in Turkey, and that's the final resting place of Atatürk, the legendary father of the Turks. And this is at Anıtkabir in Ankara. This isn't just a tomb, it's a monumental tribute to a visionary leader set in a breathtaking complex that'll leave you in awe. Ready to explore this hallowed grounds of Atatürk's burial site? Let's dive in. Perched on Observation Hill, this is a jaw-dropping mausoleum complex that's as grand as Atatürk's legacy. Built between 1944 and 1953, this sprawling site covers 750,000 square meters and screams national pride. You can see it from almost anywhere in Ankara, making it the city's beating heart. Fun fact, the site was chosen after a nationwide competition because of its central commanding view, perfect for honoring Turkey's founder. Definitely the crown jewel of this complex is the Hall of Honor, where Atatürk's tomb rests. Don't be fooled, this isn't some dusty crypt. It's a soaring neoclassical masterpiece with marble travertine blending Hittite, Greek, Seljuk, and Ottoman styles. And right outside the Hall of Honor is the Ceremonial Plaza. It's a massive 129 by 84 meters square that's built to hold 15,000 people. A lot of world leaders come to this area to show their respects to the Turkish founder, and this, we were told, was a Korean delegation that was there. And again, here's just some great views from the top of Observation Hill that's overlooking Ankara. And the soldiers guarding this place just stand perfectly still. Around the mausoleum, the Peace Park wraps the complex in lush greenery, with trees from 25 countries, symbolizing Atatürk's vision of global harmony. But now we're heading in to explore the city. Found another Sephora in the capital of Turkey. This time, is she gonna go in? Or is she gonna walk by? I think she's walking by. The American chain that you see the most in Turkey is Burger King. Have it your way. After walking around for a while, we stopped at a little coffee shop, and right across the street was this bridal shop. And there was a lady in the window actually trying on bridal dresses. Later that evening, we stopped at a local restaurant and just shared some small plates. Well, that about wraps up our day in Ankara. So smash that like button, subscribe for more adventures, and drop a comment. Let's keep exploring Turkey's incredible history. See you in the next video.